What broskies, edgarliratheboy! And today we're going to look at Oshinoko, and it's going to be season 3, episode 1. Who we're going to be talking about in the beginning? It will be narrating Memcho. I thought it would be Ruby at first. I don't recommend supporting Ruby. And the author is a fraud. He thinks he can abandon Oshinoko when he meets season 3. Okay, it's a slice of life, and it's romance. And it has drama that has the fans' high hopes, but it's a cheap pop. As if you guys would think it would be a thing, and you try to make fan art and fandom, and all of a sudden the author decides, the last episode? Oh yeah, they aren't a thing anymore. What are you talking about? So you need to tell me that Aqua and Ruby are not a thing, and yet you wanna move on to the next season as if they weren't even meant for each other. Then what was the point of Ruby trying to be with Aqua? You either have a fetish or you just don't give a fuck because you just want to move on to the new show. Yes, I get you want to get a new show, but it doesn't mean you gotta abandon when you're in a storyline and the character development that you built up, and now the fans are going to burn down your manga, are going to abandon your anime that you have always been your golden boy. Who is your golden boy? It's not Aqua. Who is it, huh? The one that deserves to be with him. No one. I think you're the golden boy. Either you're building up the story plot and you're plotting something to do the same old thing to break up. I didn't want Ruby and Aqua to be together. I did not. That is exactly why we can't have nice things. The opening is such better graphics, and it was on point about their own theme songs that is about to be one of your own masterpiece until it turns into mediocre. Yeah, it does. Now Aqua, in the last season 2, he has Akane as his girlfriend. And I know for a fact Ruby is not his ex, that is his sister. Let that be a reminder. Yes, he did have to go from Ruby, but she broke up with him because he can't be with him. It just gets too public display. Shut your ass up. But now at the beginning, we're gonna have Mayao said too. She said, you want to cast Ruby from our agency? That's no problem, of course. Yeah, she might be casting in the beginning. So I did hear that she is an idol K-pop. She said that she will take over the page and desk as soon as we get it. And now Memcho, she's the one narrating. She's saying, but the biggest factor of them all was Ruby Honohon. And her praising gaze left a mark on the hearts of everyone who watched it. The upload went over past an unbelievable 20 million views. You get the point. It's probably how about YouTube that they have. They either got some buzz in their minds. Now they have some major YouTubers. Bail out the Raptor and became regular guests on the channels. Even with the help of the shorts, you know it. It's just a hustle. You gotta make sure you do your own growth. That's what I used to do. I had to keep grinding whatever effort. There was a small detail of it. I like how it was Netaflux for Akane. And it was taking all of them for the roses that she was there for the other reporters to give it to her. And now we were talking about Akakun. He had his own job. He had a regular spot to talk to show. That was streamed online. That's what I like about how they have pointing out what their own futures coming up after season 2. And then it was season 3. They're talking about how the plot has went on. So yeah, you know how they are. He is a fashion TV series. So you're to get to that point. Kana was the genius child actor who can cry in 10 seconds flat. That was what chuckled me. I had to not forget it because, hey, that was one of the ones that she at least entertained us with the words that she had to mention. Kana was saying, cut that out! And then Mancho was, I'm beat, Michoako-san, hug me, give me head pass. As if she's asking for some comfort for his own Miyako Seto. Mancho was saying, what now? Wanna go grab a bite? And Kana was saying, no, if we're done, I'm leaving. That's what she said. And Ruby saying, me too. As if she has fallen for Aqua. You did not deserve those ranks to be on the love romance in rank 10. And you have the audacity to break up with him. The writers and the authors have no right to be doing these scenes. Not in the slice of life. I don't think that's how it goes. What do you think? Over Aqua? See, that's the thing. It's the MC that we're talking about. Yes, he's the main character and the sibling is with Ruby. But if Ruby is gonna be with Aqua, that's no reason to make it a romance. No. I thought Ruby was supposed to be a supportive sister, not just be with his own girlfriend. That was last season. And the manga was written as official, as a canon, that it's not supposed to. Those lips do not belong to the territory of Aqua. And you wonder how they got second girlfriends. Until it's third if Kana be's with Aqua. Aqua said, I've decided to start dating Aquan for real. Akane said, Aqua-kun. And Aqua said, Akane, I want to see you soon. And then Aqua said, yeah, me too. That's all. Until there goes the unnecessary of dark humor. Kane was standing out in a public display in the center of the city like this. What are you doing? Why are you standing down? And the prying eyes are walking by you as if they are going to seek for your comfort. As if you're going to seek for the comfort. Go into your apartment and go to bed. Tomorrow is your K-pop idol. No J-pop or K-pop would ever get this emotional. Yes, you get vulnerability and emotional. But don't go out and cry for some begginess. Why? It's just so damn lacking that I don't like how the author tried to make this scene, I think Kana should have been with Aqua. So how about we make this an obvious sign of romance so we can have Akane break up with Aqua. And so Kana will not be with Aqua and try to make sure he rejects it. This just making it a cheap pop into another drama. That's why we don't want that. Why are you trying to plan this so you can make sure the fans will boo fucking Aqua? Do not do that. That's disapproving. And it's just pure laziness that you don't want the MC to get the good ending and you want him to get a bad ending to suffer him alone. That's not what the writers aren't supposed to do. Now, we're going to have to cut to another one. In the new scene, we have their own live concerts of the main character idols, which is Ruby, Akane, Okana. I think those were the three. And she was saying, as Ruby would say, "This is Big Kumichi's second standard concert. Thank y'all for coming." You know what I like about Aqua? He was mocking and he was in the store with his own boss. He was saying, "Big Kumichi's second standard." He got his tea with his own Bugs Bunny like, "Man, what's that, Dan?" He got the tea, taking out like this. He was like, "Big Kumichi's second standard. There's another 1 cent formation. They shout out a 1 free Cover City menu in minutes." That's what I wanted to point out. It was chuckling me because I like how they put in the comedy ones. Yada yada yada. You get the point. And then the boss comes in and he says, "This could be the big turning point from our underground to Tokyo Dome. That's a rusty old dream of talking to everywhere. And it's quite literally that it will be the idols who will make it true." So yeah, as he was main talking, yapping, you know me. And then they were staring at the TV of the idol main characters, Kana's gloomer. And once they were staring at the TV, Teki Kumaoka was saying, "Kana-chan's a lot of gloomier these days. She's not shining like the sun anymore." Aqua was saying, "Really?" Taki Kumaga said, "I've seen several idols make that face and quit the business shortly afterward." And the boss was saying, "You can say the same about Rumi-chan too. Oh, so we're gonna point out with Ruby, even when Kana was the one who should have been with Aqua for 6 months. I'm telling you, 6 months. And Ruby broke up as if she's feeling the same position as Kana. That's your sibling. You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to get the affection and desire and the lustful gaze of your own dark eyes for him. That was supposed to be Kana, not Ruby. And the writers are too damn slow. They can't make up the mind when the author is doing it for them. Look, I get it. Kana should have been with Aqua. But if Aqua is with Akane, that is a bittersweet. And that's tough. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? It's tough. But now we're just torn between whether they should make this official relationship throughout the season. So now that we're done with that, we have Kana was sitting alone by the stairs out in the building. Memcho was saying, "What's up?" Kana said, "What, you follow me here? Don't you live further out?" And as Kana sits next to her, we were hearing her vent out to see what it was bubbling up about Aqua. Memcho was saying, "It is about Aquatoon, right?" Kana startles. She startles. So that's where it builds up the drama. They're trying to build up the drama so it won't be that much clumsiness. So we're getting straight to the point. Mancho says, anyone can tell you're having a rough time. So it's been like 6 months. And why is she feeling down? We're gonna know. Hang on a moment. Kana was vulnerable and she's getting burdened because Aqua has been ignoring her. And he's been in the office whenever she comes visit, and he hides from her. He doesn't even chit chat as he used to. He doesn't go to the concerts as he used to. He left for 1 day, and now Akana gets burning because Aqua did not visit for 1 concert. So if he has in work and he has something busy, Kanye throws a tantrum as if she has emotional, and Mencho was speechless. She was speechless. And as if Kana had a stroke. This is what I don't get. Yes, that's your love of your life. That's your big crush. And now he's with Akane. And then she starts mentioning he thinks he could be around other girls because he's dating Akane. Now, what a show of reality. Show of reality? You're Tassandri. Tassandri, yet who's emotional. So that means you get emotional over Aqua? As Kana starts rambling, she couldn't stop crying about Aqua because she couldn't stop having a tantrum crying about Aqua. Now Mancho took her to the apartment, and now Aqua, late evening, he comes out of the elevator, disappointed. He noticed Mancho, a bit of a misunderstanding. Mancho wants to reschedule to meet with Aqua behind the scenes. Mancho, for your information, adults aren't allowed to take unrelated minors around after 11 p.m. She was being called old. So it was eek. It was a little funny. But time for the serious ones. Aqua was pinching his upper nose. Why? Because of the upsetting drama between Kana and Ruby after season 2. And that's why it was over the relationship. And here's the thing. I just noticed something. If K-pop idols, as in Ruby, Kana, Akane, or Mancho, they're not allowed to get a boyfriend on their relationships, and I mean any relationships, they're going to be exposed. I don't get it. The storyline. I mentioned if they can't get into a relationship or marry, the author said it. In each season or episode, they're gonna get exposed and the reputation goes down. How come Akane is not dead? And Kana's tantrum is whining over. You're gonna get killed in the media. I thought they mentioned this, but I guess not. They're too desperate. And not just Aqua, but be in a relationship. They're asking for a death wish. the media will get him. Metro then tells a real attitude on Aqua. Anyone who could think straight like who wouldn't be in chombies to begin with? Aqua wasn't faced by Metro's. He wasn't. He was just not shifted by the panic that she gave. He was on phase. And Aqua was saying, I'm pretty sure it is. Aqua said, you might want to stay out of it though. But Metro said, I get that, but you know me. I don't always make the most traditional decision either. And Metro playfully does a silly impression to hit him. He doesn't pay attention. Aqua had a firm, and I mean a firm voice, because he did not just know that Metro just showed a hand sign on that sex to resembles endless. This is what she showed. And he was side glassing. And Metro, before she could say any further dirty insults, she was saying, you're still so young that you probably don't know where you draw the line. But I will say that what you did to Kana-chan qualifies as leading her on. You should avoid that kind of thing unless you're really interested. And then Aqua, he got so tired of being poked around. He says it with the full feels of cold tone. He said, you don't want to talk about after you brought the red-blooded boy home like it was nothing. Oh. He's saying, quit talking down to me like you know it all, ma'am. Once you decide to keep your distance, you can't half-ass it. No. But now we're going to drama one. He says, what if the toilet was run and exposed? What if someone leaks it online? What if it gets on that Khan or Ramzan who has a lover and then the deranged fan takes it on her? So Aqua's eyes was darkening. He was saying this, staring down to Memcho. And Aqua says, have you ever thought of that? I can't stand the thought of that happening again. Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe if I had it wrong. She quickly realized that her self-expressions, he hugged it all out of the chaotic flashback of Akane's target life with his mom AI, including patting his head to let him relax whether he's down. The rest is just high school of Ruby. What I think of this? Well, I think this plot was mediocre. I'm telling you that. I already explained it. I don't want y'all to say that the ending will be in the cliffhanger because they want us to be in season 4. You just couldn't stop making another season, couldn't you? What did we learn? Huh? After the years that you've been experienced, why do you keep doing the same repetitive? You just want to get the high hopes and then ruin the cheap pop for all the fans who thought Slice of Life will mean something. We didn't get any good storytelling. The character development, it just switched up. It was lacking. They didn't want the same old thing to keep on being so much amusement or clumsiness. They wanted to be dramatic. So all I'm gonna say is Memcho did carry. I'm sorry. And Aqua, he did carry as well. But then the rest of Ruby and Kana did not seem to be blending well. And Ruby should not be part of the scenes. Just to be complaining to be, oh, he's my boyfriend. That's your sibling. And I don't want that to be an official relationship again. Ladies and gentlemen, so broskies, I taught y'all something. I give this rating 5 out of 10 because, hey, I was being generous. I love how Aqua and Memcho were talking it out, and I love how Memcho was narrating, but then it was going downhill for Kana because she feels so left down. She didn't do much of the narrating and talking. Ruby barely did any shit. She did nothing but just be a whiny, and now she's trying to act like she's an idol. So I'm done with this, broskies. Let me know if I'm ever missing something, because I'm going to the next episode of Obi Shin Noko. So I want y'all, thank you broskies for watching this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on bell notifications on. And is that how it goes? It's how it goes. Always Waaaah It Up. See y'all broskies next time.